Hi, Sean here, and I'm going to show you the latest progress we've made with automations. So I'm setting up an automation, and I need to choose a trigger. You can see that there's a few more trigger types than there were last time. I'm going to go through these now. The first being a customer makes a payment. So if you've got Vendasta Payments set up, your customers can purchase items from the store or pay their invoices with a credit card. This trigger will fire when they try to make that credit card payment. You can either have it fire for successful payments, for failed payments, or both. And something you might want to do is notify the assigned salesperson that the payment failed, and maybe they need to get in touch with your customer and help them out. Or maybe it succeeded and you want to mark the account as hot so that your salesperson can go and call them and help them through that new product that they purchased. Another trigger that we've created is opportunity status changed. So opportunities in Sales Success Center allow you to manage your salespeople's pipelines. So what we can do is we can choose a pipeline and then choose one of the custom stages that you can set up. And whenever an opportunity moves into that stage, this trigger will fire. The other option is when an opportunity is closed from a specific pipeline or any pipeline, we can choose the closed state, and this will fire on that closed state. So maybe every time an opportunity is closed, you want somebody to be notified about that. You can set that up. And then maybe they have a task to perform when that happens. So you can configure all of that yourself. The last one that we've added is an account created. So an account creation trigger fires whenever an account is created via the acquisition widget, from bulk, from manually through Partner Center, creating a prospect in Sales Success Center. These all fire this account created trigger. This is the one that I'm going to choose and kind of walk through a possible automation that you could make with this. We've got our account is created trigger selected, and now we want to add more actions. You can see here how we have more actions in this list, and two of them are actually grayed out. As we add more triggers and more actions to automations, they're not going to fit together perfectly. And so the actions that you can't use because of the trigger that you chose are going to be grayed out like this. These two actions, send a campaign to the user and pause a campaign for the user, act on a specific user. When an account is created, there is no specific user in that event, so we can't do that. But these two actions do the same thing as sending a campaign to the account and pausing a campaign for the account. But the account actions act on all of the users of that account, whereas the user actions act on the specific user that's flowing through the automation. So I'm going to actually add a filter, an if-else branch, and I want this to run for accounts that were created with a country of the United States. And then I can add another one and say Canada. So I've selected Canada. I could do more, so I'm going to actually add one of Mexico. So this automation is going to run for accounts created for North America. Now we have an and here, and no account can be in United States and Canada and Mexico at the same time. So I'm going to make that an or, and then it'll be one of these three, and it will be allowed through the filter. So we've got going to have a yes branch and a no branch here. Let's go on the no branch. So these are accounts that aren't normal for my salespeople. Maybe they came in through the acquisition widget. I don't want to turn them away, but I also don't want to just filter them through the same funnel that most of the accounts go through. So because of that, I'm going to send a notification to, let's say, Colin. And he's the admin that's going to deal with all of these accounts. So we're going to go business name here is outside our regular geographical region. And they'll get a notification about that. And just to make sure, I want to give him a task, right? So he's also a salesperson, so we can create a sales task for him. And we're going to tell him that he needs to manually assign this account, please. And we're going to assign it to Colin, and the task is due in 2 days. Now, unfortunately, Colin's not the greatest employee, so I'm going to add another filter here, and this is a new filter we've added, of salesperson exists. So we can have exists, does not exist, is one of, and then we can choose a number, or is not one of, and we can choose multiple salespeople here. But what we care about for this is exists. So did Colin actually do his job and manually assign that? And then if he didn't, well, I'm going to actually send a notification to myself. Where's Sean here? And it's going to be fire Colin for not doing his job. Easy. So now I know I should fire Colin. So that was the no branch. Now we want to deal with the yes branch. So we're going to assign a salesperson for the accounts that are in our normal geographical region. So I can choose one or more salespeople, and it will randomly select one of these 2 that I've chosen. You can choose more if you wanted, and we'll assign the account to that salesperson. We can also say it should force reassign, so maybe it was already assigned to a salesperson, and I want to overwrite that. In this case, I don't. If I don't choose anyone, it will use all of my salespeople, and it will randomly choose a salesperson from all of my salespeople. Now, what you might be thinking is that this is very similar to something else in our system, and you're right. It is basically the create auto-assign rules. And so what we're working towards with automations is replacing these auto-assign rules. We have different sets of logic and different actions that can be performed that we can't add to these auto-assign rules. So we're going to be slowly replacing this page with automations as we roll out automations. So you can see we can select the location, categories, tags. Created by SMB self-signup is not something we have in automations yet, so that's coming soon. And when we add a salesperson, you can, again, choose multiple salespeople, but you can also choose a sales team. So that's something that we also have to add to automations before we can actually migrate these all over to automations. Now, the reason we want them in automations is because there's more actions we can take with an automation that you can't with the auto-assign rules. So let me show you that now. So we're going to assign it to a salesperson, and then we're going to send them a campaign. Right? We're going to send a campaign to all of these who are on an account, and we're going to send them awesome onboarding. Then we actually also want to activate a product. We're going to activate Reputation Management Express. Now, currently, you can only activate one of the LBOT, one of the local business online toolkit products. And we did that because there's no order forms for them. They're easy. We're going to be working on this to activate more, but this is just the subset that you can now. And we'll show you the price of what it costs to activate the next one in your tier, because there will be a cost for activating the product. So we've assigned the salesperson, we've sent them the onboarding campaign, and then we're going to activate reputation management, and we're going to send them another campaign. And we're going to send them the welcome to reputation management campaign. Okay, so let's take a look at this now. An account is created. It's in United States, Canada, or Mexico. We assign it to a salesperson. We send them a campaign. We've activated Reputation Management Express for them. We've sent them a campaign explaining what that is. That's a lot for the SMB, right? So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to wait 48 hours. Now we're working on a days selector here instead of an hours selector. You'll see why that's important later, but we just haven't got there yet. That's coming. Then we're going to activate another product, and it's going to be another local business online toolkit product of social marketing. And then, just like we did with reputation management, it's probably a good idea to send a campaign to them explaining what that is. So we're going to introduce them to social marketing so they know that, hey, you received this, you should go check it out, and here's some information about it. So now we've kind of spread out the product activations so that they're not bombarded with everything and they're not confused by a business app and then they have all of these other apps. We've kind of spread it out, and we're going to slowly drip that to them. Then we're going to delay again, and we're going to delay for 672 hours. And this is why a day selector would be nice. That's 28 days. So we're going to wait 28 days. After 28 days, we're going to send them another campaign. And this time, it's going to be about the toolkit expiring. So they've had the toolkit for 30 days. They've actually had reputation management for 32 days. 30 days, and social marketing for 28 days. And we're saying it's going to expire soon. We're also going to make the account hot and say, hey, toolkit is expiring soon. Toolkit for this business is expiring soon. And we're going to make it super hot so that the salesperson calls the SMB. We can make this a task as well if we wanted to be assigned salesperson for them to call. I've just decided to make it a hotness. That's up to you. And then we're going to delay 2 more days, 48. Let them have social marketing for a full 30 days and reputation management for 32 days. And then we're going to deactivate the product. So we can cancel or we can deactivate. Cancel waits until the next billing anniversary of that product, and then it'll just be gone. Deactivate stops it right now. And they will no longer have access to it. It doesn't wait for that next anniversary date. And then we're going to choose reputation management as the product and the addition of Express. So this will only deactivate Reputation Management Express. Reputation Management Express is no longer on the account. It does nothing. So if this salesperson has gone and called them and they've had 2 days to get them to upgrade to Reputation Management Pro, this will do nothing. So it's kind of like a backstop of maybe they don't want it, let me just automatically deactivate it so I don't have a whole bunch. And we're going to choose Pro here for social. Should have chose Express for social marketing. There we go. So same thing. So after 30-ish days, Reputation Management Express and Social Marketing Express will both be deactivated. And if there was an upgrade to Pro for either one of those, the Pro versions won't be deactivated. And then maybe want to send another campaign saying, hey, if you want these back, give us a call. That's up to you. So this is a pretty big pipeline now, pretty big automation. You can see we've assigned salespeople, we've activated products, we've sent a bunch of campaigns. If it's a weird state for this account, we can then deal with it manually. Hopefully Colin doesn't have to get fired, but I don't have my hopes on that. So yeah, that's kind of the progress we've made on automations. If you would like some more information, please let us know. And we're still working on this. So thank you.